Hey everybody, it is episode 576 of PodQuest.
Hey!
It is Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. I am Chris. With me is Druten.
Hello.
And Walnut.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
I don't even know anymore. It's been a long day.
It's been a long year.
Yup. And there's
that is
still
true also.
3 more months to go.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's almost Jesus. I was about to say, Drew, you're way off there. That's not how math works. I'm like, shit, September is like 2 days away.
I mean, he is technically wrong.
Wait,
it's technically 4 months. Because
I was going to say
all
4.
Of September.
And then I backed out of it because it was like, it's the end of August. But yeah, no, it is 4. September, October, November, December.
I mean, like, legitimately in my head, I was going to be like, no, dude, we still got like 6 months left of winter. So
I mean...
you were closer than I would have been. How you guys doing though?
I mean, all right.
You know, I'm less tired this week than I was last week.
Hey, that's a net positive.
Still fucking tired, but that's because I'm always tired.
Have you thought about sleeping?
Yes, I've tried, and sleep has been mean to me this week. I'll either be like you, Cobb, and lay around for an hour or two before actually being able to fall asleep, or I'll be constantly waking up throughout the night. So, yeah, sleep has been mean to me this week.
What about just like downing a whole bottle of NyQuil?
No. That's probably a whole bottle. Probably not.
I mean, that is how you sleep.
That's not real sleep.
But it is sleep.
It is, but it's not real sleep, and so it won't really affect your tiredness levels. Like if you go to sleep off substances and things like that, like off of drug use, basically. Like, yes, you are asleep, but you're not going through the normal sleep cycles, and therefore you're not getting the rest that you need when you normally sleep.
I'm always more tired the day after if I take melatonin to go to sleep, so...
Well, I think with melatonin, you actually have to take it, like, consistently so that it isn't kind of, like, fucking up your levels.
I mean, yes, but...
So, like, if you take it once, you're just all sorts of fucked up because now you have a spike in that particular thing.
Yeah, but that melatonin is different than like going to sleep using like NyQuil, like Cobb said, or something like that, because that's a naturally occurring thing that'll cause you to sleep and whatnot, and like you generate the melatonin in you or something. I don't know sleep science very well.
Yeah, melatonin is a thing that's actually inside of you.
Yeah,
like I have tried taking that to sleep better, and it actually just doesn't. Like I've taken it for like several months in a row, and it has zero impact.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I did for a while too. It would make me fall asleep, but then I would feel worse the next day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't notice that I slept better, slept quicker, or any of that. It was just a waste of taking a pill every night.
Yeah.
But enough of that nonsense. Richard, what is on the agenda?
God, don't use my legal name. That's just weird. Like, using my full legal name, Richard? No. So this week, Drew listened to some music. I went to the past and played Doom the Dark Ages. Cobb, you watched the start of Peacemaker, and I watched a bunch of movies, and Cobb read a book.
That's very in-depth. Good job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, gotta lead the witness and get them to want to know.
The spoiler-free rundown.
Well, I mean, I said certain things. It was like Doom and Peacemaker, but like you got to make them wanting to know what movies did Richie watch.
That wasn't judging. That was actually me saying good job.
Yeah. What book did Cobb read? Get them to stay for the full hour and a half.
You got bait that hook.
Exactly.
Anyway, what's the first thing? Hot Mulligan? Drew?
Drew listening to music.
Yeah, this album's fucking great. A song called Monica Lewinsky made me cry. Because that's fucking Hot Mulligan. No, because it's that fucking good. And it's clearly about, like, parental death. Because that's Hot Mulligan. Here's a song with a dumb title. The lyrics are some of the saddest shit you've ever fucking heard in your life. And now you gotta post on the internet how a song called Monica Lewinsky made you cry.
I mean, you don't have to post that on the internet.
I mean, you don't, but you do.
You made that choice.
I'm not the only one.
That's fair.
But yeah, this album's real good. Bon Jonah has been my favorite song on it. It is like the overthinker anthem.
Does it still sound like Hot Mulligan?
Oh yeah, it's all Hot Mulligan. It is very Hot Mulligan.
I would not enjoy it.
I don't know, man. You should listen to it. They're fucking so good.
Like, I've given them a couple chances. I just, especially their recorded stuff, I just don't like. I can like, I don't seek out them live, but like I can listen to them if they're like at a concert I'm at. But like, yeah, I don't know, something about them just doesn't click with me. I think it's the voice a little bit too.
I mean, maybe. I get it, but I don't. But I get it.
It happens.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's definitely a roller coaster of an album. The first 5 songs are definitely like the more fast paced Hot Mulligan. Then it hits the little instrumental interlude, and then 2 straight real bummers of songs, and then ramps right back up, and then a nice one at the end called "My Dad Told Me to Write a Nice One for Nana," and this is it.
Wait, is that actually that's the actual album title?
No, that's the name of the last song. The album title.
Sorry. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. I apologize.
Oh yeah, that's the actual name of the song. I mean, I could go through the track list. It's ridiculous.
Go for it.
You know, it starts with "Moving to Bedbug Island." Then the first single that they put out, "And a Big Load." So specifically, so that when the headlines came out, it would say "Hot Mulligan release a new single and a big load." That's why they fucking named the song that.
Sounds about right.
It Smells Like Fudge Axe in here. Then the most normal song title, "Island in the Sun." Bon Jonah, "This Makes Me Yummy." Monica Lewinsky, "Milam Minute." Cream of Wheat, "Nah, Cream of," and then in parentheses, or sorry, "Cream of Wheat Feet, Nah, Cream of Wheat," parenthetical, "Feet," FEAT, like featuring.
Yeah.
But then nobody. Mixmaster Wait on the Beat. Carbon Monoxide Hotel. This Makes Me Yucky. Let Me See Your Mounts, which came from apparently, I forget if it was a band member or just one of Tade's friends, was real into World of Warcraft and had a lot of mounts, so he would constantly ask him to see all his mounts. Monster Burger and a $5 beer. Slumdog Skungillionaire, and then "My Dad Told Me to Write a Nice One for Nana," and this is it.
I'll accept all of those.
Yeah, they're very Midwest emo song titles.
But that's cool. I'm glad they released another album that you.
Yeah, they just keep putting out bangers, and then that weekend where I'm seeing Boys Night Out and then Hot Mulligan in 3 days or 2 days apart, I'll be fucking dead at the end of that weekend. So
it's fine.
It'll be fun.
Like it's just it's 2 concerts. It's fine. You've gone to more than that.
You're not wrong, but it's not. I haven't gone to that many that close together that I will like fucking ball out for.
Okay, that's
there have been like 3 in a week where it's been like, yeah, I kind of like these bands, versus 2 bands like might be bands like number 1 and 3 probably now. Like Hot Mulligan's probably my 3rd favorite band. BNO, Wonder Years, Hot Mulligan.
Can't get behind that.
I mean, I understand, but you're wrong.
Top 2 is fine. That's a respectable top 2. And Richard's over here like, you guys are stupid.
I mean, I'm over here just like I recently learned of this band called the Nearly Deads, and I really like them. I've been listening to them a bit.
Part of me was really hoping you were going to drop like some like incredibly well-known band from like 30 years ago, and just be like, yeah, I just learned about Radiohead.
I mean, it's that, and I'm listening to K-pop Demon Hunters nonstop. So
what a nerd.
That's an awesome album. No, okay.
No, I have heard like a lot of people say that wouldn't even normally watch that stuff, that like the songs in it were legitimately catchy.
Yeah.
So good on you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Drew, anything else you want to say about the Hot Mulligan album?
Not really. The whole thing's so good. I mean, like I can't. It's definitely going to be my album of the year unless somebody's putting out an album that I didn't know about. I guess there's the outside chance that BNO album comes out, but
I don't think that'll be out this year. If
I think that's
even released the lead single off of it yet.
Yeah,
like,
I'm probably like, early next year.
Yeah, like probably like February, March.
Yeah, that sounds probably more accurate, but
or potentially a little bit later if they want to like tour against it in like the summer or fall.
True.
Though like at the same time they just did 2 tours back to back, or they're about to do like 2 tours essentially back to back. So who knows? That's a lot of touring, and those guys have day jobs too.
Some of them.
True, but that is a lot of touring in general.
You're not wrong.
All right. Well, I guess in that case, would you guys like to talk about Doom: The Dark Ages?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, what are you thinking of it?
That is an incredibly mediocre game.
I don't really disagree. It's not as good as the other two Dooms that they've done recently.
I really like that. Rich, that's an incredibly mediocre game.
It is. It's an so, all right. It seems, now I've not played Doom or Doom Eternal, so I don't know how much it's similar to this. So my only experience is Doom: The Dark Ages, which is a prequel, by the way, so I'm not missing out on anything. The level construction of this game, now I'm about halfway through. The level construction in this game is pretty poor, in my opinion. Because it is an arena shooter, so you go into the arena, you fight, and then you leave the arena, and there's no fighting. And that's boring. That's boring as fuck. But they made it so, like, there's exploration and collectibles and things like that you can get throughout each level. And obviously, you guys know me. If it's on the map, if it's a tracker that I can track off, I'm going to track it off. And one of the most recent levels I did. Drew, did you beat this, or how far?
No, so like I bounced off it, but since you started playing it again, I was like, let me. Last night I booted it back up for the first time in like 3 months or something.
Did you get to the level where I think it's part 1 of the war, or of like the big battle? I
just finished chapter 8.
That might be the level I'm talking about, where like you're fighting outside the wall of the big city.
Oh, I think that was before.
That might be chapter like 7, 6, 7, or it's like, I think that's chapter 7. Might be chapter 6. But that level itself, it's like, it's like this city is under an attack, and you go out, and there are enemies placed throughout the battle zone. Nothing respawns. Nothing comes back. You're not constantly fighting anything. It's a war zone. But once you kill things in a certain spot, it's dead. And so, like, you're running around trying to find all the stuff in this level because there's a ton of collectibles. And at one point or another, you're not fighting anything in this war zone. And I'm like, this is dull. Like, it's got the fights and the arenas are okay at, like, the action itself. Honestly, I can't even say the action's good. The gunfighting is good. The action isn't that great. I am incredibly disappointed in the fact that my like what's it called, kills, like the kills when they're stunned, is just straight up I'm punching the guy or I'm hitting him with the flail. It's not like a fancy kill.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm disappointed in that. It's supposed to be some brutal ass shit, and I've only gotten like 2 or 3 brutal kills. Like, it's just
they definitely saved the more graphic kills for the like very specific ones you have to do on like some of the bosses. Like that's the way the fight ends.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, most of the glory kills are just 2 different animations.
Yeah. It's hitting them with your melee, which is incredibly disappointing to me. The weapons, I have a hard time telling which weapon I have out. They all look the same to me.
Yeah, there's a little too much similarity in the look of most of them. There's like 2 that look unique. Yeah, and you can tell apart. The like, it's the energy weapon is the one that like stands out. All the rest are very samey.
So yeah, and it's like the energy weapon, and like I just got a weapon which is like a flail cannon. Like you shoot like a ball and chain, basically. And that one looks different, and like the skull one looks different. But even with the energy cannon, like there's 2 versions of the energy gun. One of them, like I can't even tell which one I have out at time. Or no, it's the railgun and the like the rapid fire railgun. Like those 2, it's hard for me to figure out which ones I have. There's just, the weapons just are. It's hard to, for me, like they don't stand out. That's the thing. Nothing stands out in this game. And so like I'm sitting here, I'm playing it, and I'm like, man, I heard Doom was an incredible game and super action packed, and I'm sitting here punching demons to death, and I'm like, okay, like where are these visceral kills that I'm supposed to be getting? And I'm halfway through the game at this point. Like I was feeling this 5 levels into the game. And like I was like, I gotta keep giving it a try, just in case maybe I'm missing out. Like you don't get the flail till level 6, and that's like one of the flagship items that you have on like the promotional material, and you don't get it till a quarter of the way into the game. And then it's also not that great, but it's what I'm using. It's honestly probably better than the fists, but the fists are the only reason I don't switch out is because in order to switch out your melee weapon, you actually have to go into the menus.
Mm-hmm.
Every other fucking weapon, you just hit right bumper and choose the weapon you want. Or yeah, right bump, whatever the bumpers. I'm using mouse and keys, so it's tab. I think.
Yeah, it's RB on.
Yeah.
You can either hit RB to cycle through, or hold it to bring up the radial menu on controller.
Yeah.
Or actually does RB just
tapping RB is your quick change
back and forth?
It's your quick change. Yeah.
You're right.
So I'm sure maybe if I use the scroll wheel on my mouse, maybe that'll switch the weapons as well. I'm not really sure. I tend to use the radial wheel. But like in order to change your melee weapon, you have to navigate menus. So that takes you out of the action. And it's like I have my fists almost fully leveled up, and it's like if I punch something, it gets lightning on it, so the enemies take more damage. It'd be nice to like punch a thing and then switch to the flail and hit it with the flail or something like that. Like it really felt like they were building up to have a lot more melee capabilities, but it's 3 hits at a time. 4 hits if you have your fist fully upgraded. It's not really like melee itself doesn't really. It's not super impactful, and that's a disappointment as well. Like you got the shield dash, which is cool. You can't use it consistently. There is a small cooldown, but that brings you into the middle of the fight, and then you can hit things with your fists or your fail 3 times, and then what? You shield dash away. But you can only shield dash when you're targeting something. You can't just shield dash away to get out. So it's like, it kind of takes away, limiting how much I can use my melee attacks, takes away the reason to have the shield dash besides the AoE effect.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's a lot of like things that I'm just like, I'm not really fond of. Like the game, the first time I played it, I played on normal. I'm gonna go on this rant. Give me fucking easy, normal, and hard difficulty. Don't call it give me pain is your normal fucking difficulty.
But there's no way they could not do it in a Doom game, though.
I've never played a Doom game, so I don't know they're difficult. This is just worldwide. If you're going to have difficulty settings in a game, label it easy, normal, and hard, and then do whatever the fuck you want after that. But plenty of pain is the normal mode, or something like that, which is like, that's just. I had to struggle trying to. I actually have to read the description and know which one is normal. Like,
well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, as long as there's a description, that stuff doesn't bother me. It doesn't give you a description that I find it annoying, because then you're like, cool. Did you default me to normal, or is this not like? Yeah. Which one is it?
Right.
Like, but if there's a description, it's okay.
There is a description, and the only way I could really tell is it says like enemies do moderate damage or whatever, something like that, and that's really the only.
Yeah, I forget what the.
Yeah, enemies are normally aggressive and do moderate damage, and that's like, all right, that's normal.
Yeah, or something like regular balanced gameplay or something like that.
Yeah,
there's definitely description on what the different difficulty levels are. What it says off the top of my head, I do not remember, but.
And to be honest, it was too fucking easy. I was bored. I was incredibly bored. I had to up the difficulty. I was too bored. I wasn't having any sort. I was just like, all right. And I was just going through the motions, and I was like, I might have died maybe once. I don't remember, but I wasn't really paying attention to my health at the time. Because I was like, all right, well, I don't have to really think about this. So I had to up the difficulty, and making it harder made it a little bit more fun. But again, it's like, because they limit the melee attacks, and it's like, the action itself doesn't feel as action-packed. And I'll be honest, like, I wanted to play this game because I like the aesthetic of the sci-fi meets fantasy. Like, I love when sci-fi and fantasy meet. That's why I think, like, the Star Ocean games are really fun games, because it does that. But this one, like, I went into this because, like, oh, it's going to have a lot of action. So maybe I'll have, like, a lot of clips that I can pull from this. And I'll be able to, this will be a clip machine, and this will be a content machine. No. No. There's nothing that I have done in game that has felt satisfying to do a clip off of, with the exception of if you upgrade your shield to like level 3 or 4, it will bounce off energy shields and it'll hit multiple enemies. That's the only that's the only upgrade that's really worth it in the game so far. Like, because you throw your shield at an energy shield and it bounces off of that energy shield, hits all the others and hits a bunch of other enemies, and like I've cleared rooms by just throwing my shield. So that, and using the railgun upgrade that you shoot at an enemy that your shield is lodged into and it shoots enemies around them. I was like, all right, those two are like some of the two best upgrades. I've defeated sections by just cheesing it by throwing the shield and shooting at the shield. But yeah, it's unfortunate because like it looked, from what I'm told, Doom Eternal and Doom are incredibly action packed, are incredibly fast paced, and
they are
and whatnot. This one just doesn't. If they are like that, I'm not. I know now I'm not gonna like them. I know now I'm not gonna.
I mean, there's still exploration in Doom and Doom Eternal, but especially Doom 2016 is a much smaller. The maps are much smaller, so you're getting from fight to fight to fight way quicker than you are in this.
Yeah. That's the like the levels are huge. Like it feels like they wanted to turn this into an open world kind of thing, but it's Doom, so they wanted it level based. And like some of the levels, like it's a lot of the levels are just straightforward run through, but like that big level in the Warzone, it was like kind of big open world, and it was just like there's a lot of nothing in between the fights. And like for me, I'm like, give me respawns, give me enemies coming at me, so that I don't just sit around and look around. And I know once I kill an arena, I can check Google or whatever to see if I missed anything before I move on and stuff like that. It's just there's also just like story questions that I like. I'm just like, well, why are we doing this? Like the third level had you riding around in a giant mech. Well, where's my mech the rest of the time? The fourth or fifth level, you're on a fucking dragon. Well, where's my dragon during this big Warzone area? Like, why am I just not on the dragon the whole time? Like, we're stopping the demons. Why aren't we using our dragon? And I'm sure there's going to be another level or two with the dragon. There's going to be another level or two with the mech. But it's just, there's not really like, it doesn't make sense story-wise as to why I'm not using these things. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to near 100% it, because there's a few things I missed on a few levels. Maybe I'll go back to those levels and try to get the things I missed. Depending like on that, but like it is for a first entry into Doom games, it's disappointing how mediocre it is.
Didn't like, you also say once before, like years ago, that style of game just wasn't necessarily your thing? Like the kind of
I don't like arena shooters. I don't like a game where it's go in, kill everything in that arena, and then leave. Like right. And so, like, but I went into this, like, knowing what I knew about Doom, knowing this is going to be an arena shooter. I went into it with expectations because of what I've heard from you guys about Doom and Doom Eternal, and what I've seen trailer-wise, and what I've seen, like, the aesthetic and everything. I went into this, like, all right, I went to it with high hopes. Like, I know I'm not going to like segments of this game. I'm not going to like how certain parts of this game is, or maybe slight gameplay loops, but maybe it'll be better. Maybe it'll pull me in. And Drew is even agreeing, and it's an extremely mediocre game.
I mean, like, I personally think it's a little better than mediocre. It's easily the least good of the three modern Doom games, though. And it's not mediocre to me, but not much better than mediocre. But I fully agree with, like, everything you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Though,
so, like, my grading isn't that far off from a fan of the series.
Yeah.
So why did you end up starting with this one and not 2016 or Eternal?
Because the aesthetic. It's the sci-fi meets fantasy.
Oh, so that was it. That was
and it's new. That and it's new.
Isn't that game like a year old now?
What? Dark
No,
Ages? It came out
4 months ago.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Yeah,
Yes, it
it came out this
That
year.
game came out
1,000% this year.
That game came out in 2023.
No, it came out this year. Doom
You're
Dark
both-
Ages just came
No,
out.
It
you're
came
both
out
confused.
May 15th. It's 3 months old.
Both of you are confused. That's not how time works. This game came out in 2023.
And the only reason I haven't played it prior to now is because I've had such a backlog of things that I needed to play for stream with incentives and things like that. That it's like I needed a break from a lot of the incentives, so I decided to play this. And I'm probably going to do Expedition 33 afterwards before I jump back into some of the other incentives.
I would be curious, not for you to play like the whole thing, but like after you've had like a break from Dark Ages, to just like dip into 2016 for like an hour or two and see if that one with kind of its, because that one is much faster and sort of like action packed. If that one like clicks a little bit better, even though it is like a genre that you're not necessarily a fan of.
Yeah, I mean, I'd honestly, if I find time, like if I run out of stuff to play, it's possible. Like it's about a 16-hour game on how long to beat with main and sides, and I'll probably end up doing the sides while I'm playing it if it's similar to Doom Dark Ages. Like it's worth it. Like hopefully the gunplay is more fun. Hopefully like the action is more fun. I might give it a shot in the future, but for the most part, like the main reason I never played the other Doom games outside of the fact that Arena Shooters is just I never took the time to play them. I was just like, all right, it's Doom. Like I never played 2016.
Why play things that you're not into?
Yeah.
So I just quick have a like sub-genre question for you, and Cobb too, if he wants to chime in. So like, of first-person shooters, like what ones do you like?
I like. It's not a first-person shooter. I was gonna say cover shooter, but that's not a first person. That's a third person.
Were you gonna say Gears of War?
No, I mean, not necessarily Gears of War, but like any sort of cover shooter I enjoy. Like that includes like the Division and stuff like that. Those games are a little bit more fun for me. Look, I loved Doom 3. I loved Doom 3. The original, when it came out back on 360 and whatnot, I thought that game was phenomenal.
Doom 3 is an Xbox game.
Was that Xbox? I thought that was 360.
Game is.
Yeah, we had it on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't play as many first-person games as I used to. Like, I used to play a boatload of fucking COD and Apex. Like, I used to get every COD game, and I enjoyed those. Like tactical games, tactical warfare kind of games, I guess, is what you could call that.
Did you play the story mode and
I would always play. I would not touch online until I beat the story mode.
Because, like, again, it's been ages since I've played the single player in Call of Duty, probably Black Ops 1, which is, 15 years ago at this point?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't feel like the story, the campaign modes feel that different from playing a Doom.
I mean, I probably not. Like I said, I agree. Like I haven't played since Black Ops 2, like original. Like it's been a long time, and my opinions and thoughts and feelings on video games have changed. There was a time I didn't like Monster Hunter, and now I do like Monster. I love Monster Hunter, and like
you're not loving Monster Hunter right now. Let's take a step back, Rich.
I don't like what they're doing with Wilds currently. I still don't get me wrong. I love playing the current, like I love playing Wilds. I'm just not happy with what they're giving us and what they're doing to the game, or not doing to the game, I guess you could say. I'm not happy with Capcom. I'm happy with most of the game, and I'm happy with the combat and how they've upgraded the game. I'm just not happy with Capcom and the lack of support. So there's a difference.
No, I know. And I will also say, just to disagree with Drew also, Call of Duty campaigns and Doom campaigns, like, they are very different things. Like, it sounds like I may have played the most recent Call of Duty campaign, and that was also like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe longer now. It was the future-y one. Advanced Warfare?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like those feel a little bit more like Halo campaign, where like you're not really in like those kind of like more like battle arena setups. And it's a little bit more straightforward of just like, yeah, you just got to keep moving and just shoot everything. Like the Call of Duty ones, like it's a little bit more like strategic.
Yeah, like I would agree. Like I would also argue, like yeah, with like say Halo and with Call of Duty, like it is crouching, it is planning your attack. It's not like if you stop in Doom, you're dead. Whereas like if you nonstop run in Call of Duty, you're probably dead.
Yeah, like
so
Doom is set up a little bit more to be like if you just keep your shit going, you'll probably be okay. Whereas like Call of Duty and Halo is a little bit more. You gotta like you can run and gun, but you also have to be a little more strategic because you got to make sure that you don't like run out of health and like find those spots to like pop down and recover.
Yeah.
But that said, basically all first-person shooters like are very similar.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, like a lot of games in general have the sense and feel of an arena type of shooter or arena feel to pretty much every game has something similar to that. It's just how does it cope with it? Like how does it feel when it's in the arena? And do you feel like you're constrained to the arena or do you feel like you can go beyond it? When you give me a game like Doom where it's like, oh, you can't get out of this arena and because there's force fields that are keeping you from leaving once you get into it, it's like, all right, well, that sucks. Whereas if I'm running through a hallway in an apartment building trying to stop the terrorists in a Call of Duty, like, it feels different. It doesn't feel like I'm stuck in the arena. It feels like I'm actually, like, being tactical and being, like, a soldier or whatever, and not just being a guy who can punch things really hard.
Fair.
But yeah, that is part of why I think it would be interesting just to see, like, do you feel a little bit different about 2016 or Eternal?
Yeah. I mean, eventually I could give it a shot, and hell, maybe one of these days, the next Call of Duty that comes out, if there's a way for me to play it without having to pay for it, maybe I'll give that a shot and see how I feel.
You have Game Pass, don't you?
Are they all on Game Pass?
Yeah, they fucking bought Blizzard, or they bought Activision.
True.
Did Call of Duty end up on Game Pass though?
I
remember there
was
their
first party games are on Game Pass.
Okay. I remember there was like talk initially, like whether they were going to be putting that on Game Pass or not.
I feel
Because
like more of the talk was whether or not they were going to keep releasing them on PlayStation or not.
I mean that too, but that was one of those franchises where like it was such a it was such a guaranteed like money when they came out.
Yeah. So yeah, Black Ops 6 is on, which seems to be. Oh no, I guess Black Ops 7 is the most recent.
7 is the one coming out this year.
Okay, yeah. What is the release date on 7?
November.
So yeah, so there it's are you sure is that just pre-install? Because I can install Black Ops 7 now. Available on 11/14/25 pre-order.
Those who pre-order Black Ops 7 or have an active there might be a beta going on.
Probably, maybe.
Although I see the Wikipedia article mentions a beta running in October. So I guess, I mean, yeah, I have no idea what it's telling you.
Pre-order digital version, early access to the open beta. Early access starts on October 2nd. I don't know. I don't know why I can install it, and I'm not going to right now.
But yeah, title will be made available to Game Pass subscribers on release day.
Yeah, so I mean, I could give it a shot. But yeah, it's just like first persons themselves. I don't really mess with anymore. I used to play them a lot. I used to be all about Call of Duty. I used to be all about Halo, like shooters in general. Even Gears of War, but that's what was releasing back then. Like we weren't getting a lot. Like there is a lot more releasing now than there was back in the 2010s.
Oh yeah, I mean, like from 2005 to like 2015, it was basically all just cover shooters and first persons.
Yeah,
like that's what was being released.
Was it a Call of Duty / Halo, or was it a Gears of War?
Yeah, was it Call of Duty, Halo, Gears of War, or FIFA? Otherwise, it wasn't being released. So yeah, like that. Just sometimes you're just a product of what you can get. I'd have to try it out. I'd have to see how I feel about it. I don't know. It is also like when it comes to shooters, I don't know. I can't really say I don't know. No, it wouldn't be that because I can get in. I was able to get into Halo. I loved all the Halo games. I would love to play Halo 5. Right, or 4, which is the
4,
one that's
5, and
actually
6.
not. Which is the one that's not actually available for PC?
That is 5, I
2?
believe.
No, because that's on the Master Chief Collection is Halo 2.
Oh right, I forgot Master Chief Collection is a thing.
But even there was Halo 2 Anniversary as well.
Yeah.
Well,
so
but Halo 2 Anniversary was a game that had Games for Windows Live in it, which all that shit got fucked.
Yeah.
At a certain point.
Isn't it
But
Guardians?
it's Halo 5 Guardians is the one that I'm 99%
Yeah.
sure is not available, because it's the Master Chief Collection is Halo 1 through 4.
Yeah.
And I think it got Reach and ODST as like multiplayer. Or not multiplayer, DLC down the road. But 5 is not part of
Yeah. It
that.
was released only on Xbox whatever.
Yeah, it was Xbox One.
Yeah.
And I think at the time you could get it on Windows Live games, but can't anymore.
Xbox Cloud Gaming it's available on there.
So
apparently.
yeah, so that's just the streaming though. So
Yeah. So
I don't know if you can do that on a computer. I think it's only on like your phone.
I don't know. I just googled Halo 5 Guardians, and the available platforms said was Xbox One and cloud gaming.
But yeah,
So
5 is the only one that's not available.
Yeah, which is dumb.
That is weird.
And I don't know why like they didn't release it. Was before they were releasing the games on both things, but it's just like I don't know why they haven't done that now.
Yeah. It looks like you can actually get so you can get Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3, Halo 4, Reach and ODST, Infinite, and then the Master Chief Collection are all available. Like you can buy each game individually, or you can buy the collection with it. 5 is just not on Steam at all. It's very weird. It's very weird and very dumb, but it is what it is.
So according to Google AI, Halo 5 was the Halo 5 PC port was planned but was canceled due to, quote, significant technical challenges and lack of resources, with 343 focusing on Infinite and the Master Chief Collection.
Oh, notably lack of resource having fucking Microsoft.
Especially like, I don't know, like at the time, like Halo was still very much their flagship, but also they did run into the issue where what is the word I'm looking for? They had all those issues with Infinite. Delays. Is
yeah, that's true.
So the some of the asterisks and whatnot, like PC port was in development but scrapped due to major technical difficulties that were too complex to overcome. 343 Industries may have lacked the manpower and financial resources to dedicate a full port, preferring to focus their efforts on the Master Chief Collection and development of Halo Infinite. But these are taken off of probably fan-made YouTube videos, so who knows how accurate that may be. This is all based off of Google AI. I'm not doing a big deep dive into this.
Yeah, but I mean all of that sounds completely plausible for how Microsoft likes to run things. But anything else you guys want to say about Doom: The Dark Ages, though?
No, I'll have it beat by next week.
I'll finish it probably at some point.
Oh, I didn't realize you didn't finish it, Drew.
No, I dropped off of it because I was just like, this is not as good as the other ones, and it looks like I'm a chapter ahead.
I think you're behind me.
No, if you just finished the fight outside.
No, my last mission was in the forest.
So was mine.
Okay, so we're probably on the same
We might be
levels.
at the exact same one.
Yeah. Where the final fight you had to do in that level was fight an enemy that had a shield that you couldn't break the shield of.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a stupid
and he had a health
fight.
bar. That fight.
So, Cobb, this boss. So they have bosses in this. They have bosses in this game where, if you deal enough damage to them at one point, they'll stagger them, and then you can go and do a special attack. But that's not going to kill them. It'll just take down a large portion of their health. This boss has a shield that it can pop up. And so that stagger bar empties. And it empties fairly quickly. This boss can pop up a shield that you can't break. And so the whole mechanic of trying to, stagger them wasn't working because it would pop up. It would do 3 attacks and then pop up the shield, and you would not be able to stagger that. So a whole entire fucking mechanic for this game just not possible.
Yeah, you had to wait for them to try to melee you.
Yeah.
And either counter the melee or parry the melee and then shoot them a bunch. And like friggin' I thought, oh hey, the game just gave me a grenade launcher this level. Maybe I can shoot them with the grenade launcher and that'll like help. Nah, fucking does fuck all.
It's exactly when the game gives you something, that's what you use. The level the game gave me the flail, I had already maxed out my fists. I'm like, well, I got to use a flail now because they gave me the flail. There's going to be a lot of armored enemies. They give me the grenade launcher like 3 arenas before the final boss. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm going to have to use a grenade launcher against the boss. No, it's literally they give you the grenade launcher right before the boss. And it doesn't do fuck all to the shield.
Oh, yeah, it is literally. I mean, in like the hallway leading up to that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was, man, that made me so mad. But, Cobb, how's Peacemaker?
So, you know what? It's pretty good.
I hear they rewrote the final scene of last season to include the Justice Friends, or whatever.
So, yes.
Or Justice Gang, whatever they're called.
Yeah, so people have been posting the image on the internet. So one of the final parts of the first season, which was several years ago at this point, was Peacemaker with like his group of people that were mostly the people that got fired at the end of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And the Justice League shows up, and it's Zack Snyder's Justice League. So Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Aquaman, I think that's all of them, and the Flash.
Yeah.
And the beginning of season 1, where they're kind of giving you like the recap, or beginning of season 2, where they're giving you the recap of season 1, they play that scene again, but they've replaced all of the heroes with the ones from the most recent Superman.
Yeah, the Justice Gang, or whatever they're called. I can't remember what they're called. But
they have Superman and Supergirl are both floating. Mr. Terrific is there, and then Hawkgirl and Green Lantern.
Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, yeah.
And they actually, so Guy and Hawkgirl are actually in the episode. So they actually focus in on those two during that scene, and they have dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
And so the one thing I don't remember is whether this was in season 1 or not, but there was actually a line that they show in that bit of Peacemaker shit-talking Green Lantern.
Okay.
And it's just one of those, like, they show it there, and I'm like, I don't know if this was in the first season or not, but it's funnier if it was.
Yeah, it probably was.
But from there, like, it plays out like you'd expect for, like, the first episode of the new season. Like, most of the cast got fired from Argus at the end of the first season after everything went down. And Peacemaker actually finds because Rich, you watched season 1, right?
I have not actually seen any Peacemaker yet.
Oh, for some reason I thought you watched season 1.
No, I never got around to it.
So in season 1, like, Peacemaker's dad, Robert Patrick, the T-1000, is both a racist piece of shit, but also like a genius who makes like all of his gear, and was like his own version of a hero at one point. And he actually had basically a pocket dimension in his house that he stored all the gear in. And Peacemaker finds something in there in the first episode that sort of sets up this new season to involve like space-time continuum anomaly sort of stuff, which it sounds like maybe that was part of what was going on in the Superman movie too. Like maybe Luthor had something similar going on.
Luthor had a pocket dimension, yeah.
There you go. Thank you. So they actually did a lot to like tie like the wider DC into this, which I thought was actually pretty cool. And like Flag Senior carries over into it, which apparently he was also in Superman.
Yes, he was. Frank Grillo was in Superman.
Yeah, so he carries over into this one. He's like the head of Argus or whatever. So they're actually doing a really, really pretty nice job of like tying all that stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like very much like a setup episode. You see where all of the different characters are all like the main characters from the first season are at in this one. nothing major happens through most of the episode. It's a lot of like there's an entire scene where Peacemaker goes to basically audition to be a member of the Justice Gang or whatever they are called.
Yeah.
And it's Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, and Sean Gunn as like their like publicist or whatever interviewing them. And it turns out that like they had they were never going to let him join. Like one of the first questions they asked is like, so you kill a lot of people. But it looks like they might be trying to set up this season where he's less of a killer. That like it seems like they're trying to get him a little bit more away from like the Punisher archetype and more into like more still like kind of reluctant hero, even though he wants to be a hero. But maybe like dialing back on him just indiscriminately murdering people.
That's stepping away from anti-hero and pushing more towards sort of hero.
Actual hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why like he wanted to join the hero group. So yeah. So and I don't know, but I don't want to spoil everything because it just came out on Thursday last. But there's a bunch of stuff that they set up in this episode that if they do it well could actually make for like a really interesting season. And I know Gunn was teasing that he has not let anybody watch the last 3 episodes of the season, including like the cast and crew, because of some of the stuff revealed in it, and like I guess and some of the cameos that are in it. He doesn't want to take a chance of any of that stuff being.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
Yeah,
it's a fun show. Like Cena does that role really well.
I want to watch it. I think I might try to watch it soon. I might wait for like more than half the season to be out before I start, so that this way like I can take my time but be caught up by the end of the season, something like that. I've heard nothing but good from the whole Justice or not Justice whole what's it called Peacemaker series, and I loved him in Suicide Squad. So
yeah, and they really have done just like a really fun job with that character.
So
especially
did
like
they
expanding all those random characters from the Suicide Squad.
Did they at all explain like the change in the scene? Like, was it like, oh, because of Flashpoint, this is now how things are?
No, it is not. It is not referenced as a different scene at all. Okay. Like when the episode is doing a recap, the recap is just simply the new hero.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. I know Gunn did say in like an interview or something like that as far as he's concerned, like that other Justice League exists. Like it's a multiverse. Like they're out there. They're just not this universe.
Yeah.
Which it is pretty funny.
I guess I'm not going to look it up right now. We'll see when I actually watch it. I was like, I feel like what if they redubbed that entire scene in the old version just to make it all work now?
So I've seen some stuff that makes it sound like they did not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been good. I was going to say something else about all of that, and now I forget what it is. Like this is just like tangentially related. It's more just overall like DCU stuff. But I have seen some other like comments from like Gunn and other people where there are other characters and actors that he's not against bringing over from that stuff. So it sounds like I forget the actress's name, but the actress that played Supergirl in the Flash movie is rumored to have been cast in a part in the Supergirl movie, similar to how Jason Momoa was cast as Lobo. And then I guess they've already said that. What was the movie? What was the movie with the kid from Cobra Kai? Blue Beetle. There you go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That I think it was Gunn that actually like commented that he thinks that character as is would fit into like the narrative that they're crafting right now.
Yeah.
So we might see that character pop back up as it.
Yeah. That would be nice for like some of the actors that like didn't get a lot of screen time or didn't get like were part of the transition material to like continue to stick together. Like I'm not gonna try to pronounce his name. But the kid from Cobra Kai, because he's Zolo Majorina who played. I don't even know if it's an incredibly ethnic name that's I don't know how to pronounce. But
I'm not going to try to pronounce this. Proceeds to try to pronounce it.
Right.
I wanted to give it a shot. I had to look it up too, as I couldn't fully remember like his full name, but like it'd be nice to see like him get a spotlight, like because he was in this transition, and it'd be nice for them to like, if they were, I'm gonna say it, if they were to do friggin' Shazam, not have what's his name be Shazam, because apparently he's a shitty person, and I did not know that.
Really?
He's straight up Republican and voted for Trump.
I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah, I learned that recently. I've seen him posting MAGA shit on Twitter and stuff. So yeah, so like it would be nice to see some of these like the transition characters get the spotlight, but also like them recast characters to maybe be like potentially better actors or better people better suited for the position. But also like, you know what? We don't need another Shazam for a while. But also like we just what's his name? The Rock. Black Bolt, right? No, that's Marvel. Black Adam, right? Like he's I feel like he's one of those transitional characters that like maybe you could keep him in. Cuz he was made, I think Black Adam was done after Justice League but before James Gunn took it over. And it's like there are some characters that they like that it would be nice to keep them going and to see where those storylines could go. But of course, definitely recast freaking Barry Allen as somebody else, please, because I don't want to see another movie with Ezra Miller ever again.
Yeah, I think he's definitely out, and I know like I've also seen stuff where like Grant Gustin has expressed interest in working as the Flash in the movies.
Yeah,
and actually, Tyler Hoechlin, who played Superman, wants to be Batman.
I don't. So I have feelings about Batman, and that's part because I watched the movie this week. That's one of the movies, guys. Hint, hint. That I feel I want to see more from that Batman, and I feel like they could easily connect that Batman to this world. Even though I know they've come out and said like that is its own Batman, I feel like that they should try to find. I liked Pattinson for the most, and I would love to see more of it.
Yeah, I agree. Like he was actually. We'll talk about that more in a minute, but like he was good. Yeah. And they absolutely could make those things connect. I can understand why they're not like they want to build like they want it to be a more organic, like they build each set piece around like the whole, not try and like slot an existing thing in, which is frankly what they did in the first place with Snyder's stuff. Like there was no Batman or anything in Man of Steel. Like Man of Steel was its own self-contained thing, and they're like, cool, well, we're gonna do Batman vs Superman, and we're just going to shoehorn all of the other heroes into it in these like shitty ways so that we can do a Justice League movie immediately after.
True, but like I feel like with the way they did the Batman, how it wasn't like I mean, it did get chaotic near the end, but it wasn't like a world-ending thing that it makes sense that Superman wasn't there to where they could easily explain that like Superman and Batman know each other. They just Superman stays out of Gotham because he knows Batman's got it, kind of thing. But also, like, the villains that they have chosen so far for Batman are smaller villains that they don't really need to team up for. Like, I feel like they could easily not really shoehorn it in, but, like, with especially the Batman 2 coming out in the next couple of years, they could really, like, set it up to be Pattinson Batman being in the DCEU.
I mean, they definitely could, but they won't, and I'm as long as they do a good job with it, I'm fine with it. Yeah. But I have nothing else to say about Peacemaker, so why don't you transition into talking about those movies?
Well, I mean, I was gonna start with the movie I had the least to say about, but we'll start with the Batman since we're already in it. One of the 3 movies I watched this weekend was the Batman from 2022. And I thought it was an incredible movie. I was shocked to find out it was almost 3 hours long.
It is a long movie, yeah.
I did not know that when I sat down to watch it, but luckily it was like in the middle of the afternoon when I sat down to watch it. But it was I was just like, this weekend I just needed a no-brain weekend, and I just needed to shut down, and I was like, let me watch a bunch of movies that I've been meaning to or wanting to watch, or just we'll talk about one of the decisions for one of the movies later. And so I was like, let me watch the Batman, because I haven't seen it, and I'm so behind on a lot of the stuff that I want to watch. Let me watch this. And I thought it was great. I think it's the best depiction of a Batman movie. questionable on like the Bruce Wayne of it all. He did feel like a little bit too much of a whiny child, but I feel like because it's only year 2, he's like late 20s, early 30s, that like, okay, he's still trying to fit in, find a way to fit in as both Batman and Bruce Wayne, and he's really focused on Batman. I feel like
he definitely hasn't become Batman. Like, he has the suit, he's got a little bit of the reputation, but he hasn't really figured out how he wants to.
Yeah, and so like he needs to find that like middle ground of like, oh, as much as he's against the rich and the billionaires, and he needs to understand that he has to be the billionaire to be the Batman. And I feel like with the Batman 2, that'll feed into it a bit more. Because I don't know when the Batman 2 is supposed to come out. I did see something about it. Part 2, 2027. So we're still a couple years away.
I didn't realize it was that far out.
Yeah, I mean, it's also not that far out because we're almost done this year. So
true.
But like I thought it was a great pull to do the Riddler. We haven't seen a good Riddler ever on the main stage.
Jim Carrey.
We haven't seen a good point. We haven't seen a good Riddler. Look,
your point stands. That was the joke.
I'm gonna say though. Let me qualify. I'm gonna say though, for what he was, it worked. Still wasn't good.
Jim Carrey was a fantastic Riddler. He was a better Joker.
Yeah. But like this was, first of all, the casting of Paul Dano. Like, casting for this movie was great. Robert Pattinson as Batman, Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle. Like, and that's the thing about the casting. If you even look at it, it doesn't say Batman / Bruce Wayne. It says Batman for Robert Pattinson, at least on Google. So like, it doesn't different. Even though like for Colin Farrell it says Penguin / Oz. It does differentiate. Like, he's got 2 names. Everyone he's Batman. He wasn't Bruce Wayne in this. But like,
I had not noticed that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed. I wouldn't have known that Colin Farrell was Penguin if I didn't already know that Colin Farrell was Penguin. The makeup they did on him was fantastic. It was insane.
I mean, that is very true.
Yeah. But the whole storyline of what the Riddler's doing, and like how they kind of changed it up and turned Thomas Wayne a little bit into like a little shady. He was still a good person, but shady, and how they like changed the story up a little bit. Bruce Wayne lives in the middle of Gotham and not like in a mansion, which I thought also was cool. Like, there's a lot of like small changes that they did that really worked out for this.
Wait, he did live in a mansion though, didn't he? Or am I just misremembering that?
No, he lived in Wayne Tower. He was in the middle of the city.
I thought he was actually in the mansion because he still had a Batcave.
That was under the tower in the subway, like in
I honestly
subway.
Don't think I caught that.
Yeah, it's early on when you actually see it. But yeah, he lives in Wayne Tower. He doesn't live in the mansion. However, there is a Wayne Mansion or Wayne Manor, and that was used to be an orphanage, but like they shut it down. And like the movie goes into a lot of like ideas of corruption within the government and how this money that Thomas Wayne was trying to set aside as a fund for orphans and to do good was being used for corrupt reasons. And like it just overall, like it really fed into the idea that even though like Batman knows how to fight, he is a smart person. He does do like detective work. He does investigate. He doesn't just sit there and beat people up. And Alfred is also integral to his operation. Like, Alfred was helping him solve some of the riddles and helping figure out the ciphers and things like that as well. And look, I love Andy Serkis. So if you give me Andy Serkis as anything, I'll be excited to see it.
Yeah, and he was a very good Alfred too.
Yeah. And then friggin' John Turturro as Carmine Falcone. I love him too. He's a great actor. Like the casting in general was just so good. It was so good. The whole storyline around the whole corruption and like Bruce Wayne, Batman slowly learning like all of this corruption based on somehow the Riddler learning it, because obviously the Riddler's goal is to be the smartest person out there. He obviously already knows all this stuff, and he's like putting it out. He's letting people know, like, hey, this is the shit that's going on, and so I'm killing these people. It was a really good story. And I like how, like, for the most part, it was down to earth until, like, and it was still fairly down to earth, like, till the very end when, like, the whole actual tragedy happened and, like, the floods and everything. That was, like, a little bit more of the extra special or super part, I guess, of the superhero movie. But for the most part, they kept it, like, relatively grounded for a hero that has no powers. And, like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it really, like, if you are losing faith in superhero movies, this is a movie to bring you back to have faith in superheroes.
And, like, for what it's worth, like, it's also very much not your average superhero movie.
Yeah, it's what superhero movies should honestly be, minus the 2 hour and 56-minute mark. Like,
yeah, that's a lengthy movie.
I understand why they made it that long, but, like, maybe cut that down by at least a half hour, maybe 2.5 hours most for a superhero movie. But, like, this was more than a superhero movie, in my opinion. And it's just I absolutely enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought it had an amazing story. I can't talk highly more about it.
Yeah, no, I am very much excited for the sequel.
Part 2.
Yeah, they did do a really good job with that one.
Yeah, and we have so it's Barry Keoghan was in the prisoner. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's
Keoghan. I don't know. But he's gonna be the Joker. So he was in the Eternals. He was in
Is he confirmed to actually be in the sequel?
He was the criminal in the jail who was talking to Riddler.
No, I know that,
and
but I thought the sequel they were going with somebody else.
Well, maybe it's not going to be the Joker in the sequel, but he is. It seems like he's going to be the Joker. I haven't read up on the new movie. I just recently learned that they're doing a sequel.
He was set up to be the Joker, but I felt like he wasn't actually going to be the villain in this.
Maybe not. He might just be like a card that they pull after a couple of movies or something. Who knows?
They also there was also the Penguin TV series.
Yeah, there was the Penguin series, which that's going to be something I'm going to watch soon because, like, it's now like one of the reasons I didn't watch it after this is because each episode's about an hour, and I was like, I want to, like, sit down and watch it in a weekend. So one of the other movies I watched was, and this is the one I probably have the least to say about, was Elevation. I got it wrong. It's from 2024. It's late 2024. Not this year. I thought it was this year. But it's Anthony Mackie and Morena Baccarin. And it's basically A Quiet Place, but instead of having to be quiet, you can't live under 8,000 meters or 8,000 feet of elevation.
I've never heard of this one.
It was a Netflix movie. It was HBO movie. Like, it came straight. I don't think it was released in theaters. And it doesn't surprise me. Like, it's mid tier. Like, it's getting like 3.5, 3s, 5s, like 3, like a 3 out of 5 or like a 5 out of 10. Like, it's just middle. Like, it's fine. And it is. Like, that's why I have the least to say about it. It's like, it's not incredibly memorable. It's an alright story. It's a quick movie at about an hour and a half. Basically, aliens or some sort of creatures attack the Earth one day and suddenly pop up from underground and force people up to 8,000 feet. They will not pass beyond 8,000 feet. Even, like, their tentacles won't go beyond 8,000 feet. They won't. And so it's been 3 years since the day that they came out, and we're focusing on a settlement outside of Boulder, Colorado, where Anthony Mackie and his son live. His son has some sort of lung issue, and so he needs to be on a ventilator machine when he goes to bed every night because of A, the elevation, and B, like, his lungs could, like, collapse or something. I don't really know. And the ventilator is running out of like the filters for the ventilator is running out. So he needs to find a way to get into Boulder to get to the hospital to get more of the of the filters. And so he finds a, quote, safe way to do it without going under 8,000 feet up to a certain point. and then he sets out with Morena, who is she is like a scientist who was like working at who graduated like MIT and was working on making batteries better, like making more efficient batteries, like long-lasting batteries. And then his wife who passed away's best friend, this Maddie Hassan is her actress. Her name's Katie. She dies, so it doesn't even matter. She ends up dying halfway through because Anthony Mackie, one of the quote safe ways for them to get across the to Boulder was for them to go into a mine that they end up having to go below 8,000 feet of elevation, and these creatures, they burrow through the ground, and they were in this mine, and she ends up dying. There's some questions about the movie. Number one, like, they get out of the mine eventually, and he's like, oh, there's a ranger station just outside the mine, so we'll be able to, like, hold up there. But he gets lucky, and there's a ranger's station truck right there. It's like, if that truck wasn't here, you had 6 days to get to Boulder and back, and it took you 3 to get to the ranger station. You weren't getting to Boulder. Your son was going to die if that car was there. How did you know that car was going to be there? You got lucky.
Deus Ex Machina, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Truckus Ex Machina.
Yeah. So, Morena's character, she was working at the university outside of Boulder, trying to make these better batteries, and she's like, I've been studying these creatures, and I know how to kill them. And it's like, the reason we can't hurt them, and the reasons our bullets don't work, is because they emit an like, they basically emit electricity that causes bullets to bounce off of them. And so if we can figure out the proper combination of chemicals to coat our guns in, of whatever specific chemical there is, we'll be able to hit them, and it'll dissipate the electricity, and it'll cause an explosion within their bodies, and we'll be able to kill them. And so she's like, when we get there and get you your filters, we got to go to and get the specific chemical I need to be able to make the gun, or to be able to make the bullets. So they do that, and the first time she tries, she fails. And she's like, go, I'm dead either way, go save your son, and if my car's actually here, because they're at her workplace, she's like, my car's right outside, so I'll drive up when I get it right. And she remembers what she was doing with the batteries, and she figures it out, and she kills the monsters. And it's like lining the bullets with like 2 different elements will cause them to explode, and it turns out the monsters are robots. And at the very end of the movie, mid-credits, it shows a scene where they're looking up into space, and there's 3 asteroids coming, or three glowing orbs coming towards Earth. And they started killing the robots, and now the real invasion begins. And that's it. That's the movie.
That sounds like a bad movie.
It's fine. It's fine. Like, it's not bad. It's not great. It was like, I didn't hate that I watched it. Do I ever have to watch it again? No. Do I want to know more? Kind of. Are we going to get more? Absolutely not. I'm sure this movie did terribly, and we're not going to get an Elevation 2. But it really felt like they were like, ooh, Quiet Place is about being quiet. What about not being able to go to ground level, or to sea level? How about that? It was weird.
I'm imagining not. Do they ever give any sort of semblance of an explanation why the things can't go over 8,000 feet?
Not at all. Well, it's the explanation I think is given is they're robots. And maybe they were programmed
the worst.
Maybe they were programmed to not go that high. Maybe their machinery won't allow them to, like, there's
but they came from space.
Did they though? Like, they came from the day they attacked, they came from underground. So unless these aliens were able to like put the machines underground, like, we don't know how the aliens got. There's so many questions, and they wanted to make this a franchise movie, and it's not going to. Like,
if there was some weird like biological creature, and then it's like, oh, okay, makes sense why the thing maybe can't breathe at that. Like, oh, okay, logic. No, they're robots. Why can't they? What's stopping them from going anywhere? The robots.
Who knows? Programming is stopping them from going above 8,000 feet. That's all I could say. Like, literally, they have tentacles that won't go above 8,000 feet. You can stand there, and the monster will be 3 feet away from you.
Fucking nana boo boo, the fucking thing,
yes!
because you're just over an arbitrary line. What the fuck?
So everywhere they go, they have marked 8,000 feet around this mountain that they're on. Everywhere they go, there is a marker for 8,000 feet, so they know how far they have to go. My question is, who did all these fucking marks?
Right?
Because like at one point they get to like a ski lift, and there's a marker, a bunch of markers set up for 8,000 feet, but there's no one living above that ski lift. So who the fuck set up that ski lift or set up those markers at 8,000 feet? It made no sense. Some of it made no sense. But it was yeah. Like I would love to know. This world is interesting, and it raises questions, and I would love to know more. But the movie was bad, so it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't good enough to really do much. Then the last movie I watched was War of the Worlds 2025. Now y'all remember War of the Worlds? What was that about? Aliens attacking Earth and then getting sick because we've polluted our water. That was War of the Worlds.
Man, spoilers for a 100-year-old story or whatever the fuck it is.
I don't know the actual H.G. Wells story. I don't know how that. I think that's
probably.
I think it was like. I think literally it was like Independence Day. It was like the common cold.
Yeah, that's what it. And right. So like it was originally the common cold. This one is the one with Tom Cruise was. They were drinking our water and it made them sick because we polluted our water, and it was all about pollution. This one is all about government overreach and data mining.
And so it was filmed during COVID, so no two actors were ever in a scene.
So yeah, so this movie, it stars friggin' Ice Cube and Eva Longoria are the two big, the only big names in this movie, as far as I know. Ice Cube is a NSA security analyst and hacker. So he lives in Washington D.C. and he has access to be able to like pull cameras and see things from the from his desk. He can see things all over the world. He tracks his daughter who's pregnant. He watches over her. At one point, he calls her up and is like, "You're eating a muffin. That's not good for the baby." And she's like, "Dad, stop following me. You should be working and not following me." And the movie starts out as just like it's a normal day for like an NSA security analyst. However, like they're tracking this hacker known as the Disruptor, I believe is what he was called. He also tracks his son, who's like he makes money playing video games. That's his job. And he's like, no, get a real job. And he deletes all of his stuff off his son's computer remotely from his fucking office. Eva Longoria is a NASA scientist, and she's tracking storms. And it seems normal at first, but then like these storms are getting bad, and then all of a sudden the aliens, like meteorites hit, and they hit all over the world, but there's no like they're hitting in the United States, but he's tracking videos as if it's still nighttime, which kind of could it be work because it's like 9:00 in the morning East Coast, so if it's West Coast it's like 6, so maybe it could be nighttime, but no, there was no consistency with like a lot of the movie. The aliens attack, and they're trying to find ways to stop him. He's analyzing them and figuring out the security threats and where they're going and what they're doing. This whole time, his building is completely safe, even though there's an alien right out fucking side in Washington D.C. attacking things. And it's I'm trying to piece it together because it's just off the wall. Basically, the aliens end up like they're able to find ways to defeat them and stop them. But when they find ways to stop them and knock them out, they're actually already at their locations, and they're at data centers. Because the aliens, they feed off of data. That is what they eat, is data. So they attacked the planet because of large data centers. And they learn that they are biomechanical creatures that feed off of data. And so they're attacking data centers and draining the data centers of their data. And in doing so, it is stopping the data center. It's stopping like all communication capabilities because they're knocking out these data centers. The whole B plot of Disruptor was trying to give out information about a new data collection called Goliath that the government has. That Ice Cube knows isn't real because he would know because he's an NSA security analyst. And so it turns out that the aliens only came to Earth because the first time that they attacked Earth was when we first started collecting electronic data. And they came down to eat that data, but we stopped them. But our data collection wasn't that big, so they never came back. So now that Goliath is in effect, they came in full force because they wanted to eat all the data. And it turns out, surprise, surprise to no one, Disruptor is Ice Cube's son. No shock. No shock. And then they just have to work together to infect the robots with a virus, like a computer virus.
I was going to say, please tell me they kill them with a fucking computer virus.
Hold on.
Oh.
So his daughter is a biologist who's working on some sort of gene splicing kind of shit. Called like the Chimera Code or something like that. I don't know, but it's something about like helping like strengthen genes or I don't know, or weaken genes. I have no idea. It made no sense. But she, the biologist, had to work with her brother, the hacker, to make a viral code that will attack both the organic and electronic parts of these aliens to stop them. And the way they save the day, because Ice Cube somehow in the NSA doesn't have a fucking thumb drive. They needed
you've taken cybersecurity training. You know thumb drives are bad news. You shouldn't just have thumb drives.
So this movie. Preface this. This movie's on Prime Video. So to save the day, Ice Cube needs a thumb drive of the virus brought to him to the NSA. And in order to do that, well, it just so happens that his daughter's baby dad works for Amazon and has been training to do the Amazon Prime delivery by drone and has a drone on him. And he's like, all right, we'll use that drone to send me a thumb drive. You have to order it on Amazon before I can fucking use it.
Oh, what the fuck?
So he orders a thumb drive on Amazon so that they could set him up and fly this drone to the NSA so they could infect these aliens that are eating. It is wild. It is wild, man. Like, it is like where was the quote? Where was the quote? Right here. No, where was it? I lost it. I had a quote opened. Maybe if I back up. I think is this the whole thing? No, I can't find the full quote. I can only get the base quote off of like the Google search. Ice Cube's War of the Worlds is a cinematic marvel, not in the traditional sense, but in that rare, awe-inspiring category of films so catastrophically, and it's probably going to say catastrophically bad. Let's see if I can actually find the actual quote from this person on Rotten Tomatoes. Where's it at?
Oh, so it is the Cannibal Code.
The Cannibal Code, that's it. Okay.
So I'm on the Wikipedia article now.
Yeah.
Because I had to.
I was just scrolling through that too. I specifically went down to production. This movie was produced in 15 days. It then spent
and took 5 years to come out?
2 years in post-production. And then they sat on it for another 3 years.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Ice Cube does not leave his desk until the very end of the movie. Yeah, the whole movie is filmed
from like computers.
Is filmed from his webcam. His perspective is from his webcam. His daughter's perspective is like from her like cell phone on like a Zoom call or Skype calls, and his son is like from webcams. It's all from like handheld cameras. It's not from like, it's not a professional photography. It is like the whole movie is a single screen that like they'll move it around back and forth. Now, like Cobb, you've watched Modern Family, right?
Yeah, they did that one it was actually a very well done episode.
It was a very well done episode about Haley getting potentially married. That's basically what they did with this. And so like it kind of makes sense that it took no time at all to fucking film, but did take a while to like really get like the graphics and things to move the proper way. That does make sense. But then look at how bad these fucking aliens look. Like this movie is 100% stock footage, the movie. And it's just, oh man, I wish I could find the full quote.
Damn, it is a 2% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here it is.
2%.
I found it.
Go ahead.
Is it crispy? Yeah. Okay. This is an instant cult classic. You have to watch this. Ice Cube's War of the World is a cinematic marvel, not in the traditional sense, but in that rare, awe-inspiring category of films so catastrophically misfired that they loop it back around into a brand new form of entertainment. It's less of a movie and more of an experience, something you endure with a mix of disbelief, laughter, and reluctant admiration for how boldly wrong every choice seems to be. From the opening moments, you realize you're in for something special. There's practically every terrible disaster movie trope in this movie. Protagonist has a strained relationship with his kids. Government is really the bad guy. Computer hacker can instantly do anything on a computer. The list goes on. Literally everything in this movie is terrible, and it is glorious. I'm not going to go to read the rest of it, but it's still like that's encapsulated it perfectly. Like I feel like people should watch this movie just for how bad it is.
Yeah, like Drew said, 2% on Rotten Tomatoes from reviewers, 21% from the audience, and it's got over 2,500 ratings.
I like this quote that I guess is on the Rotten Tomatoes like consensus thing. It's on the Wikipedia. It says, straining Ice Cube in an inept screensaver with wall-to-wall product placement, War of the Worlds will make audiences considering giving peace a chance instead.
It is spectacular, and it is so bad. Clark Gregg is in it. Agent Coulson is in it, and he's the bad guy. He's one of the bad guys.
No.
Yeah.
He's an alien?
No, he is the one who starts Goliath, or who told Goliath to activate. Michael O'Neill, I feel like I should know that name. Dallas Buyers Club, Seabiscuit. Yeah, he's in it. I didn't know that. I don't go on Rotten Tomatoes, but if you click an actor, you can see their highest and lowest rated movie. This is obviously his lowest rated movie. This is probably going to be everyone's lowest rated movie. But yeah, it's a trip. It is a trip. Like Cobb, you in particular would probably, being like the IT specialist that you are and the IT tech guy that you are, you would probably have such a laugh with this movie. The extent that like the things he can do just from his desk, it's impossible. He's hacking into cameras that aren't connected to a national. Like he's hacking into bodega cameras and shit like that. It's. I mean,
hey,
like,
if they're on the internet, it's probably at least semi possible.
So
the way they do it in the movie, probably not.
His access, he can go to it. Like he can go to a map and just search up all surveillance on the map, and it'll just show him everything, not just things that are connected to the government. It just shows everything that he can connect to, and he can just drag and drop a box, and it'll open them all up. It's a trip. It is a trip. It is a movie that is so bad it's good. Like this is like I hated The Room. It was because it was boring. This actually makes bad watchable.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, the fan reviews are at what, 20%, 21%.
Mm-hmm.
It is scoring worse across the board than The Room, but it is. I agree with what everyone's saying that like, oh, this is so bad that it's just it's so bad it's watchable kind of thing, and it's just you're going even by yourself, you're going to end up just being like, what the fuck is going on, and laughing at it, and you'll have something to like talk about. Like I want more people to watch this so I can talk about it to them more. and how ridiculous this was. And it's a short movie. It's an hour and a half. Hour 29. It's not even an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's short. I don't know that I actually have, like, I don't want to waste 90 minutes on this. I'm going to be honest.
Listen, The Room's audience review is 47.
Yeah.
On Rotten Tomatoes. This is 21.
Yeah.
Most of the bad audience reviews are, this is a complete waste of time. Do not watch this. Like,
it's wild. I can't believe. I mean, I can believe that Amazon put it on, because I'm sure it's next to nothing to put it on Amazon, especially with all the product placement. I don't know how much it costs to put a movie on Amazon, but
one of the user reviews is just, I unsubscribed from Amazon immediately afterwards.
That's ouch.
It's wild, man. It is wild how crazy they went with this movie. It was like, I don't know, man. It's wild.
Also, it really says something that this went to Amazon and not Peacock, because it's a Universal distributed film.
Is it really?
Yeah, but they had to get the Amazon product placement in there.
I mean, that might be how they got it, like, done, is all of that.
I feel bad for this Joey T that left a review on Rotten Tomatoes for this. If I had the option to watch this movie again without my phone to distract me, or to watch my mother die of cancer again, I'll take the dead mom.
God
Jesus.
Somebody really hated this.
But yeah, the whole movie, like, they took the message of War of the Worlds, a message of, like, save the planet, and turned it into, like, it is definitely, honestly, I wouldn't say definitely, but it is fairly obvious that this movie does feel like it is an agenda film of, like, government overreach, but also it feels very strongly like the people who made this maybe support MAGA a bit, and, like, I don't know, it felt like there was a lot of, like, red-leaning values in it, but, like, that just made it kind of more funny to me because of how bad it was. It's just, oh man, it's so bad.
Well, Drew, I know you wanted to get out of here around 7. It's 7:15.
Yeah.
So why don't we wrap up here?
All right. Sounds good.
Well, if you would like to find more of our content, you can head over to www.one-quest.com. You can also help us out by supporting us at patreon.com/onequest. If you can't support us there with your dollars, though, you can go to your favorite podcast platform, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. Rate us, review us, subscribe to us. Those things all help. You can also find us on social media, facebook.com/onequestonline or at @1_quest on Instagram and Twitter. And our Blue Sky is at one-quest.com. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/onequestvideo. And you can always send us an email to social@one-quest.com. And Rich, what does your streaming look like?
Twitch.tv/B_1. For video game streaming Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Doom, Sea of Thieves, maybe Expedition 33. We'll see what's coming. We'll see. Just come hang out. We're playing a bunch of games. Come hang out.
Nice. And with that, we will be back next week with something else to talk about. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.